With the holiday season almost upon us, it's easy to get caught up in the hectic pace of life and forget to see the joy in life. However, studies show that when we feel joy, we feel great about ourselves. We feel confident, capable, lovable, and fulfilled. Plus, we're better equipped to navigate those seasons of challenge and changes. All good reasons to experience more joy in life, which is why our next guest, Don Kaiser, aka Joy Refueler, is here today to talk a little bit about a 4-step model to finding more joy every day. Welcome. Thanks for coming in.
Happy Tuesday. Or Wednesday, I guess, right?
Oh, wait. Don't back up one day. Don't back up on us. You're bringing joy, and you have 4 easy steps.
Yeah, so I've been studying for joy for almost 5 years now, and I just really help people figure out that joy is really simple. It doesn't have to be complicated, which is why we've boiled it down to 4 steps. And the very first step is simply enjoy what is. Right? Like, we live in a culture that tries to tell us that we're missing something. You turn on the TV, right? You need the latest this and that, and especially around the holiday seasons, you need all of this stuff to fill you up around the holiday season. But the truth is we just need to appreciate what we do have. And so one of the action steps is just really every day focusing on what are 3 things that you appreciate about your life. You know, what is that gratitude list that you can create? And if you want to even dive further, it's what do you appreciate about the people in your life, so that you actually start to build joy between a relationship as well. What do I appreciate about my coworkers? What do I appreciate about my spouse or my kids as well?
Oh, I love that. And 3 things. We can all come up with 3 things that we appreciate.
Yeah. But actually the hardest 3 things is when I challenge people to write 3 things they appreciate about themselves.
Well, yeah, I didn't say that was easy. That was not easy, but 3, like when you think about your spouse, your kids, your colleagues, your friends. You also need to look at yourself. Yes,
right? To be able to say, I actually do have some good qualities that I can appreciate about what I bring to this world as well. So.
I think that's something about people here in the Midwest, though, isn't it?
I don't know that it's just the Midwest.
Oh, really?
It's quite all over, as I do retreats all over the United States. People, when I ask them to do that reflection, they kind of go, let's go back to looking at the other people as well, right? So the second step is really envisioning what could be. So I challenge people on a daily basis to actually sit down and spend 5 minutes of what does a joy-filled life look like today, right? Sometimes we think when we're talking about what could be, we envision what retirement looks like or what the vacation will look like.
Big picture, way into the future.
But it's really about what could today look like. If I asked you, if I handed you the magic wand and said, okay, Lisa, what does a joy-filled life look like today? Where you're at, knowing that you have to come to work, knowing that you have to, go serve lunch with your kiddos, what does that joy look like? And just envisioning what that might feel like and who you'd hang out with. Because our lives are really made up of choices that we make, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I have a pretty good day. I don't mind coming into work. I love my career, and I love what I get to do after work too. What's number 3 on your list?
Third step is to encompass what we want, right? So it's really about alignment. So you've got enjoy what is, you've got envision what could be, and then encompass what we want. So taking those first 2 and going, okay, what does that actually look like? How do I need to think maybe differently? What actions do I need to take? And so the question I always challenge people to say on a daily basis is, what's one thing you could do to bring more joy into your life? Just one thing, right? Not 10 million things, because we don't want to overwhelm ourselves, but what's the one thing that you could do today to bring more joy into your life? And then if you're really bold, what's one thing I could do to bring joy into somebody else's life, right? Like, that will actually light you up even more than just focusing on your own joy. Yeah, and the 4th one then is to inquire what happened. So I always challenge people at the end of the week to actually reflect back and go, what actually did happen because I practiced these first 3 steps? What did I learn about myself? What did I learn about joy? How can I then share that with others as well? Because I believe that we're all students of life, and if we can learn from each other, we kind of save some time and effort from people having to figure it out on their own as well.
You bring me joy every time you come in. And I like that you make it easy and not overwhelming, but take a step back and bring more joy into your life.
Absolutely.
How do people get a hold of you?
Well, we're going to actually start this joy experiment, a 28 joy experiment, on November 1st. So if they want to get it in on the experiment, just email me at info@donkaiser.com, or they can go to my Facebook at Joy Refueler, and they can find out information there. And we're going to do a 28-day experiment to refuel and jumpstart our 2019.
I love it.
Awesome.
Thank you so much for coming in today. All right, stay with us. We're going to carb load next as we celebrate National Pasta Day.
That'll bring you joy. Yes.